Hello and welcome to the 2022 OTB Open presented by MVP Disc Sports. We are here in Stockton, California, and you're watching the Disc Golf Pro Tour on JomezPro with BigSexy commentary. Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
Hello, everyone, and my goodness, Nate, what do we have for them?
Well, we have discs, sweet ones, 30% off now through Monday.
Thank you guys for any support. All of that means a lot to us, and it also helps support backdrops like this that we've had sitting around since 2019.
Just waiting.
The last time that BigSexy was a thing, 2019. It seems like it's forever ago. 2019, Simon Lizotte was winning tournaments, and he is cooking right now. Nate, he is on fire lately. Great finishes. Man, needs no introduction. Paul McBeth, also on our featured card today. 6th place last year in the OTB Open. We have Anthony Barela up next, and he is a player who does well in the heat, coming from Phoenix, Arizona, and a guy who throws far, which is going to be very important here in Swenson Park. And rounding out our feature group is Jordan Castro, who did not play last year, but obviously he is always a joy to watch play, excuse me.
And the course is largely redesigned. So even if you did play last year, you might not have that big an advantage on a guy like Jordan, because we're looking at, I believe, about 13 brand new holes, somewhere in that neighborhood. One of them is this one, hole 1, par 4, 842 feet. Got a mandatory down the range, so you're not allowed to go outright and try to spike hyzer over that hedge into the green. You've got to go big distance, finish left as far as you can, then perhaps play a forehand to the green.
Simon Lizotte.
Big tailwind off the tee, as you're going to see those feather banners showing you which way that wind is blowing right here, which is very helpful on this hole because you need, I would say, roughly 500 feet to put yourself in position. But you can't, like you said before, you have to be left of that hedge. So it can't just be 500 feet straight. You have to move the disc left. And if you don't get 500, you can still potentially get to the pin, but it's going to take a really big second shot. And with that low ceiling in play the entire second half of the hole,
Huntington Beach, California, Paul McBeth.
You really need to get as much as you can.
Yeah, it's a really well-protected green, I feel like, especially for an 842-foot par 4. So I agree with you. You need big distance off the tee to allow you to shape the shot in. There is an OB line on that left side that's going to get in your head for the approach as well. This looks like it's going to drift, but is it enough? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, you want to be firmly in that shadow. You want to be square in the middle of that, I believe.
Arizona, and the Emerald Park Disc Golf Course and the Desert Flyers, Anthony Barela.
My name is Anthony Barela. I'm 22 years old from Mesa, Arizona, and I've been playing disc golf since I was about 8 years old. The first time I picked up a disc, I don't really quite remember, but I just know I was with my dad and grandpa and mom, most likely. My family has been super supportive of me since day one, and I owe everything I have to my parents and my grandparents and cousins. Just growing up competitively playing disc golf with them, and then just all the support they give me every week. When I first started playing, I thought it was kind of stupid. I didn't like just going in the park and throwing the Frisbee around because I grew up playing baseball and I really like baseball. Growing up, I always threw the Frisbee far. My favorite thing was like showing up to tournaments in like the amateur division when I was like 12 or 13 and just out driving all the grown men on my card. In 2015, I was the youngest player to ever win AM Worlds and the USADGC at the same time. So that was definitely a huge stepping stone in my career and what it is now. I like the new layout for this course this year. I throw a lot more rollers. I think rollers are one of the most fun and difficult shots to throw. And they have all these roller blockers out here, so that makes your roller game, it has to be more precise. For this event, I'm expecting hopefully at least the top 3 because I came in second last year. And I definitely feel like I could win this week. I've been throwing the disc really well, I've been putting well. When I'm not on the tour, mainly My life consists of me in Tempe doing online school, taking a few classes here and there. And then I also joined a fraternity in this fall of 2019. So that's been a big part of my college experience, just meeting so many people and then just socially like being more out there because I wasn't too social like growing up in high school and stuff like that. So that definitely helped me branch out a lot. When I did my first year, I did all classes in person and that was difficult because my game definitely went down. I played horrible like my first year of college. I've definitely had a lot of like distractions on the way with like other sports and then school and stuff like that, so I haven't been able to fully unlock my potential, I'd say. When I graduate college, I definitely want to go on tour and just completely immerse myself into disc golf because that's always been the dream of mine.
That is the face of the future of the sport.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the most talented guys on the course at any given time. And, you know, I spent a lot of time with 15-year-old Anthony Barela back in the day. You know, he would come out and play a couple tournaments and practice with me and Paul McBeth back in those days. And good kid, good young man.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Echo that sentiment.
Park Disc Golf Course, Jordan Castro.
And they asked us if we wanted to announce sponsors or home course, which I think that's kind of nice, you know, represent where you're from, put it on the map. Anthony Barela represent Emerald Park, which is literally in his backyard.
Yeah. I think that the San Francisco club that kind of is involved in running this tournament, I know we're a little ways outside San Francisco, but it's a very strong, very proud club. And I think they really value the importance of all those local clubs. Oh, wow.
Anthony in a really tricky spot, obviously. He did not get the disc left after hitting that tree, and you can see that wind is very difficult. And what an incredible approach with that Anheuser.
That's phenomenal, I think, because the OB,
yeah,
you know, so easy to put that out of bounds. That was really good. He got a lot of distance forward.
Jordan, this is, wow. Low, but hovering over the ground. I was hesitant to call that a bad shot because if that nose up continued to keep it off the ground, it was going to get that nice ground play. And Jordan is well up the fairway. He's not going to be in birdie position, but it's really difficult to get a birdie on hole one. Even Paul's drive here is still short of the circle, but he's got to look.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's going to have a little obstruction, but 35 feet.
And good to see Simon feeling comfortable going forehand after having many years of injuries with that right elbow. And look at that ground play right up behind the circle.
Jordan slides one up. I don't think anybody is going to be disappointed with par here unless your drive is just so fantastic and you end up making a terrible second. But overall game plan for most players here, I think, try to generate a look like Paul McBeth has right here.
Just a little low, and that is a common result when you come up short with your approach. As you can see that big branch keeping those putts low, and Simon able to straddle out to the side and deliver a wonderful birdie on the first hole. And that's a great scramble for Anthony. It is so difficult if you cannot throw your forehand second shot to keep that disc in bounds and get over the hedge at the same time while getting over 350 to nearly 400 feet.
Yeah.
That was a really nice scramble.
Another chance to fight this difficult wind. You mentioned tailwind on the first hole. That's about as easy as it's going to get all day because it's ripping pretty good. 15, 20 to 25 miles an hour perhaps at the gusty moments. This hole, 399, the prevailing play, low, wide hyzer, and try to running, kind of skip it back towards the green.
This hole plays farther than it is listed as, and it's strange because it's not uphill. It's just a very low ceiling the whole way as you see Simon catch a little bit of that low-hanging foliage. And I had to laser it myself just because I couldn't believe that with some of the shots that we were throwing in practice, that we were coming up short. But it is indeed 399 feet.
This is inside. This is going to go left of the basket significantly, I would think.
Yeah, sitting out there in circle two again.
think ideally you'd like to go around that tree that Paul just went to the inside of. We'll see if Anthony takes that line over the stump.
Yeah, it's super wide here with the Halo Destroyer, and just a little bit too wide. The ceiling gets very low at that width. Jordan going with a overstable nitro, and this is looking pretty good.
Oh, man.
And that's still fighting its way into the back edge of circle 2, but no one really close here on hole 2. This is playing as the third easiest hole in the day. Not many holes giving up under par average.
Whoa.
Anthony trying to keep this card's average below par with a nice little throw-in attempt. Simon with a decent run as well, and Jordan's going to give this a little bit of a spinny effort and not missing by much.
Paul just a little short.
And you can see that tap-in wasn't necessarily a tap-in for Anthony at that strong headwind coming from the right side of the basket. Making these short putts very much not something you can take your mind off of. Very focused 18 and in today. No gimmies.
It's been a windy year.
It's, I think, the windiest season as of mid-May that we've ever had.
Yeah, I can't remember anything like this where, you know, especially me personally playing, having played JomezPro, DDO, and now OTB, every round has been significant wind for the last couple months, it feels like, as we look at the par 5 third, 1,171 feet. The first shot, you have a variety of options, but you just basically need to miss some trees. You'd like to get out to the right into the golf fairway so you can take a stand-up shot and just go big distance. Anything beyond or to the right of that golf green that we flew over is good. And then you're set up for a 400-foot low ceiling shot to the green. Simple as it gets.
Anthony said this should be a birdie every time. And then he proceeded to do it in our mic'd up practice round, which was incredible. But yeah, you can see here with this right to left headwind, it is a killer for rollers. It's a killer for backhand anhyzers. There's really no way to get 430 feet off the tee like you like unless you just throw a perfect drive. And Paul may have thrown almost.
Yeah, see, he hits that base of that tree, and I don't think you really would like to avoid having a low ceiling second. Like, you want to get out there to where you can really unleash on the second shot. That's the only open shot on this hole. Anthony gets a little too high, and he's going to be out of position.
And Jordan keeping the disc low, but there is that crosswind just pounding the disc down. And, I mean, it's no surprise that no good drives got out of the gap here, because I don't even know how you possibly could throw an ideal shot. Now this, however,
just get over the golf green. Of course it did. That is huge.
Oh! Wait, hold on. Did it just... Was there just a glitch? What happened there? It somehow avoided the golf cart altogether. That was, I think he just cleared 500 feet.
Yeah, which is no problem for this dude. Like, maybe the farthest throw we have right now. As far as on the course,
I have asked him, do you think you are the longest on tour? And he says he's humble about it. He says, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he says it in a way where it's like,
look at him now.
Probably.
He's going to get the geese out of the way for his competitors.
Simon, he is going to go roller.
This is really tough. See what the wind does to it.
Once it gets over, it'll want to really curl quick. But
that's
still,
fine.
Yeah, manages to get up there. That's going to be in range for Simon to throw at maybe like a 360, 370 type of range for the last shot to get into the green.
Oh, no.
And Paul is now playing for par.
Goes with
Oh,
a
wow.
low roller here. Getting it down quick.
That's
The
a
wind is just tough. It's just kind of
yeah.
not letting him get a lot of progress. But he should be okay there. I think that's probably inside 200.
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. He's going to have an easy approach. Well, that's nothing easy. He's going to have a headwind approach.
Yes.
But shouldn't be too challenging.
Wow. I'm kind of surprised to see this.
Yeah.
Because just look at the wind just destroy that. Did not get forward much at all, but not in terrible trouble. We'll see what kind of line those guys have left.
Oh, no. Was Anthony going for like a heavy turnover flex? You can see that basket in the distance if you pause the video. It was still way out there.
Oh, no. This is overturned. But there's not,
no harm, no
quite
foul.
as much out of bounds as perhaps you'd be used to if you've been watching the Disc Golf Pro Tour. A little bit of a refreshing course design in some ways where they're using those low ceilings and using distance, but not. There's plenty of OB, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but for a par 5 like this, an errant shot, not likely to go OB here.
And that was a quality approach from Jordan.
Yes, it was.
Getting to circle's edge just inside a step or two with that forehand low ceiling skip, and Paul throwing a nice putter approach. Anthony going to get a bullseye approach. He'll have an easy tap in par. And Simon should just have this little jump putt approach to get his par. So if Jordan can make this nice putt, it looks like we'll have all pars for our group, but this is not an easy putt. But Jordan cans it.
Beautiful.
And that's essentially, I mean, this is playing as the third hardest hole at 5.55 average. This is definitely not a bad par to take.
In for par for Anthony. I got this hole today
Okay.
into circle 1 with 3 forehands. I did miss the putt, but
What?
I threw 3 forehands and I was 25 feet away.
What? Did the wind stop for you?
No, but especially not on the putt because, as I said, I did miss.
That is
But it was pretty
truly
great. It
insane.
was
I didn't
pretty-
realize that was even an option to play it that way.
I didn't quite know either, but it almost worked. It really almost worked. Hole 4, par 4, 831. This is a really obstructed tee shot. You're seeing guys go big turnover. I even saw a sky roller play. See how these guys attack it. You just want to get a lot of distance. Try to get up there close to that secondary wall of trees. Simon is going to go big turn. Yes, not a roller.
Yeah, and with that left to right crosswind, he is using that wind to guide this thing forward. And just in case you guys needed a reminder, Simon has thrown the disc over 1,000 feet before.
He's through the second wall of trees.
That is insane. That leaves him like 200 feet to the pin.
That's incredible.
Dang, that was awesome.
And it just getting low at the perfect time, not hitting the trees, going under them and skipping through.
What that is an experienced distance thrower knowing how to manipulate the angles with the right wind. I mean, when we're throwing distance, you're not just going with the tailwind. The preferred angle of wind is actually a left to right crosswind, cross tailwind.
Sure.
And that's essentially what we have right here. And see if Anthony can go.
He's rolling it.
He's going roller. And he's going to be right near that wall of
But
trees.
look how far this goes backward.
A
Not
little
too
bit.
bad.
Yeah.
He'll have to hit a gap.
Yep. And there's several gaps to choose from, and all of them are about 8 to 10 feet wide.
A little bit lower roller here.
And see if this one gets past all the RPGs that Leonard Muse, the course designer, set up. Of course, RPG stands for Roller Precision Guides.
Wow.
He also called them ARDs, anti-rolling devices, but he decided to call them RPGs later because he didn't want to make it seem like he was a mean designer.
What they are logs laid on the ground.
What they are is
to stop you from throwing rollers.
They took the mozzarella sticks from the USDGC and they just cut them down and laid them on the ground.
Look at this kind of. I'm not even really quite sure where this is, but I can tell you that it's not close to the basket.
It's way left.
Yeah, it's
way
in
left.
bounds, but man, that got away from him. Here you can see all these small gaps.
Jordan. Wow, getting through, and is this going to get a good skip? I believe. Oh, wow, what a shot.
Yes.
Bullseye birdie for Jordan Castro coming right up. Anthony, he's got a pretty fair-looking gap, and he's throwing a straight. Oh, my gosh, also
Look at
bullseye.
that. So flat.
Oh, just keep moving to the back edge of the circle. He's going to have to earn it with a nice birdie putt. And Paul is throwing his third before Simon throws his second. My goodness.
Good shot, though.
Let's see, what is Simon left with?
I can't imagine there's much in his way. Oh,
Nothing.
yeah. Look at that.
No way.
Sailing it just a little bit.
No. Simon.
I guess it's perfect.
Oh, what an eagle. You can't. Oh. The picture-perfect drive with the picture-perfect approach. He put his hands down and said, slow down at first, but man.
Yeah, watch him here. I think he doesn't love this.
Or maybe he's saying fly, eagle, fly. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful eagle. That's just.
That was like never tried.
That makes the end of the season highlight reel.
That's incredible. 831 feet
Like
in
never
2
happened to
shots.
me.
3 under now through 4 holes
Only
with
in the
that throw
vlogs.
in.
Yeah.
Anthony off left, missed opportunity. And Paul will keep that scorecard clean with a 4th straight birdie, or par, excuse me.
Good birdie from Jordan to get under par, and Simon all of a sudden staring at the chance to do something pretty special. 3 under in this win through 4 holes. Fantastic.
When these guys were teeing off, the hot round in the clubhouse was 3 under par. So they know that they're going onto the course with very difficult conditions and very difficult scoring conditions. And yeah, that's setting a statement early.
You know, we're dealing with long holes when we can barely fit the numbers into our graphics. We're looking at hole 5, 1,006-foot par 5. This one up on top of the hill, and the really important feature, that out-of-bounds golf green just beyond the basket. So the final approach to the basket is a nervy one.
See if Simon calms down the nerves and throws a good drive. This is not flipping up the way I think he'd like, but it is going way left, and there are some gaps through those trees, and maybe he can go around or over somehow. But I think he'd like to get that thing flying a little bit more of a flip up straight.
I think this gap is a little bit tighter than it appears on camera. You're not feeling great about getting the flip up you'd like. It's pretty easy to throw a hyzer through the gap, sure, but that doesn't really get you where you need to go.
Yeah, this tree on the left side is very close to where the right-hand thrower is bringing the disc right out of their hand, and this is great angle control from McBeth. That's exactly what he wanted there.
Yeah, dead middle of the fairway, another one of those, and he'll have a very short approach.
We'll see if he's able to use the easiest hole in the course as his opportunity to get his first birdie of the round. And Anthony is just
look at this thing,
blistered.
It's just burning past McBeth's disc, and the thing was hip high.
He put so much spin on the disc. Yeah, so Simon's got the hyzer route. If this gets way left, he should have a pretty easy approach.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, he's back into position.
I would guess he's 250 to 270 from the basket there.
Jordan getting pretty decent distance as well, and he should be in similar neck of the woods as Simon.
Can he get underneath? Not quite.
That was boosted as well. McBeth going to have to throw about 300 to get anywhere near the pin on his third.
Can Anthony get himself a look at this in 2?
Yeah.
Pretty close. I mean, that's not a lot more than a jump putt to the basket.
It's up there.
If that
In a
flexes
headwind,
out,
yeah.
I mean, you could certainly imagine him looking at a putt for 3.
There is no doubt in my mind when the wind calms down, if it does calm down, we will see an eagle 3 on this hole.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
What a guy.
Oh, just
What a
hanging
guy.
on.
Gets inbounds. Looking at a birdie.
Yeah, Jordan. This is in that 280, 290 range, and Jordan just left that one.
It's nervy, though, because you want to hit that hill and slow down, but you're worried about what happened to Paul. Moving past the basket, getting in trouble. This is the way to do it.
Yeah.
The backhand with the slower disc. Great touch from one of those guys that you're used to seeing great touch from, Simon Lizotte.
And Anthony, just a short putter.
Yeah.
Just driving it into the hill, playing catch with a koozie. And that'll be Anthony's first birdie of the day. And meanwhile, Simon's about to get to 4 under par now through 5 holes. And McBeth,
Oh, boy.
airballing
Oh,
left, and look
boy.
at that thing roll. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Costly mistake there. Gives it a good bid.
And he may still be away. That is an unfortunate bogey. Don't see too many 3 putts from the 5-time world champion. This will be the last hole on the course that averages below par.
Wow.
From here on out, it's all wind, OB, and a lot of distance, a lot of low ceilings, and not many birdie opportunities.
Looking at hole 6, par 3, 364 feet. Early rise makes the forehand a little bit more difficult, but you'll also see players go backhand turnover or even flat backhand into hyzer. Obviously out of bounds on this right side as marked by the line up above the water. It goes around all of those reeds as well, so anything in there is going to be out of bounds. Elevated basket between these oak trees. Very pretty hole.
And if you recognize this hole, it's because it's the first one that we actually played last year.
Yeah, good call.
And Simon has gone way left. And watch out, there is an OB green that you can see on the left side of your screen. And Simon's checking in. He's gone past the out-of-bounds green. This is the play in this wind if you've got it, but requires a lot of trust.
Look at the wind just wreak havoc here. This is in danger of finding that green.
Wow. And I mean, that's a halo destroyer. That's one of his most overstable discs in his bag, and it just turned right over in this crazy headwind.
Flat shot. Does it have enough to clear?
love
Yes.
this. Oh,
I think
yeah.
yes.
I love the low play, keeping it out of the wind. But you're right, that is scary, just going over that corner of that water. If it just takes an air bounce and goes down, you're OB early.
And Paul is, I'm sure, feeling the pressure now with Simon playing so well, and after taking that bogey, oh no.
And,
Oh no. I mean, this is almost certainly another bogey.
Yeah, that's outside circle too. Paul doesn't really lay things up. I'm curious to see how much he attacks this. That's pretty aggressive.
Absolutely.
There's OB behind the basket, and it drops off behind it, and he still gave it a valiant effort. Simon, that might have fallen into one of the squirrel holes that are all over the course. Jordan giving it a nice run, but hitting the tree behind to stay close. It's of course well known for the animal life out here. There's not too common or not too rare to come across a fox or black crowned night herons or gray herons, or I mean, there's beautiful birds out here. And
absolutely. Oh, funny lie here. Trying to decide what constitutes the playing surface.
Back-to-back bogeys for Paul, and that puts him at 2 over. He's got to right the ship here early.
And this is not an easy place to do it. On the 7th, par 4, 832, tight gap, low ceiling off the tee. And then you've got some, this is not really a route I've seen people go on. The drone is doing its own thing here, going out to the right, but then you have a golf green here as well as a sand trap that we kind of missed. It's over on the left side. It's a big feature on this hole, about 40 feet short of the basket.
I don't necessarily think the drone is too off. I think that a very common play is to try to go as far left or as far right as you can. If you do crush it like Simon has just absolutely spanked this one.
Yes, he has.
If you can go straight, that's fantastic if you've got 500 feet. But where Simon has put it is about as good as you can really expect. But for the forehand players or for the lefties, way right is also a very viable option. And if you thought,
what's going on?
Yeah. All right, he's the longest throw on tour.
That's way up there.
Oh my goodness.
I think you certainly could play way right, but I think 90% of the field is playing way left.
Yes, I definitely don't think that's the more predominant play, but they're both very much in play if you can get out to the right.
Yes, that's fine in position.
Maybe that's more common to see when the wind's down and we see more rollers off the tee.
I only hope we'll find out.
Yeah,
I think we're due for a little less wind if the forecast is to be believed going forward this weekend.
So 4 phenomenal drives from our group here. Let's see what Jordan has left.
Fairly open approach. So now he's kind of getting out over the out of bounds golf green. Looking for a little bit of a skip forward.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan, beautiful shot. I like this as well. Slow down.
To sit, and it
Yeah.
does
Okay.
so perfectly. Wow.
There will not be 3 consecutive bogeys for McBeth. Not right now.
Simon trying to follow the line of the previous 2 throwers. They're all pretty similar shots, and he does that very well. And I think Anthony is considerably farther up the fairway.
Is he throwing a putter?
I think so.
That is just silly.
It might be too glidey.
Yeah.
I think it checked up okay for him.
Yeah. I don't have the right poetic words to describe how far that drive was. That was just insanely crushed, and unfortunately, he's not going to get the birdie out of that effort. Simon is also off right side chains. Can't believe it.
Nice birdie from Jordan. 2 under now.
Remember, 3 under. Hot round when these guys started, and we're seeing some pretty good scores here. McBeth's about to get back to 1 over. This course is difficult. It's long. It's very. It utilizes the low ceilings on a golf course as much as I've ever seen before.
That's the future of disc golf right there. I mean, that kid is going to be a force to reckon with now, next year, and 10 years. Just look forward to many more battles with him.
To win this event is a great stepping stone in my career. and hopefully I can win a couple more soon.
Hole 8, par 4, 767 feet. One of the more intimidating drives on the course because you're going over that out-of-bounds area as defined by the paint line. It's sort of that unmowed area early. You need to turn the disc right to try to move towards the pin. You see it here. You can see all that black and white out-of-bounds area. You need to clear that, but still turn over and kind of stay over it as long as possible to chew up as much distance to shorten that water carry to the green.
I think this is the best new hole on the course, maybe the best hole on the course.
It is really nice.
It brings in the risk reward, because if you want to bite off a lot of distance, you can make this hole short, but you're going over more OB and more danger, because if you don't clear it, you're out of bounds early. But also, if you try to go for a lot of distance and you miss your angle, you could go long OB very easily. Where Paul is landed there, that's probably in the 390 to the pin range, something like that.
Yeah, but as you push farther like he did, you kind of get into a no man's land as far as the gaps you have available to you to get to the basket. We'll see what he has left. I think Simon's also in danger of that, where you kind of are beyond the intended fairway.
Anthony, how aggressive does he get? He gets this thing turned over. Does it have enough height to get back in bounds? It does not, and you are going to see the penalty for that. He is back early out of bounds. And this is very difficult to save the bogey. He's got to throw a great shot here and get up and down. A good recovery shot, but man, he is definitely in danger of the double bogey if he doesn't throw a really nice fourth. Simon's going for an incredibly risky shot here. If this does not cross the water, he is going to be in big trouble. Oh, wow.
Not by a lot.
No.
But it's a cross.
It's about 80 feet from the front edge of the water to the basket, so you've got some space. And anything that's over the water is inbounds. Jordan going long. And there's a ton of space left to bail out, and that's important for the players. As long as they clear the water, they're going to be fine.
Yeah, Paul does have to hit a bit of a tricky gap. How much finish does this have on it?
Wow.
Oh, yes. Off the base of the basket, a tap-in birdie. Going to be waiting for him once he gets around that water.
Yeah, you better smile. That was insanely good.
Just the perfect amount of flip up, gentle skip.
Just totally awesome. That might be a top 10 approach I've seen this season. That technical aspect of that with the wind, all of that included, and Anthony, also a great approach. That's going to save the bogey, which definitely feels like a save with the early OB stroke.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolute best case. Jordan for birdie.
McBeth will get right back to even par. Oof. this hole.
Oof. Yeah, another one of the holdovers from last year, and you can see why. I mean, picturesque, intimidating, risk reward, everything you need. Hole 9, par 3, 435. Note the water 8 feet behind the basket, maybe?
Yeah.
A really common play is this backhand, but it is not common to throw a putter.
No, he went Luna last year. I do remember that, but yo, boy, just clearing the out-of-bounds edge of the water.
That is crazy, and all this wind.
Yeah. This is more of a common play to go super wide with a disc that's going to get some edge and skip back in bounds. The scary thing is, though, the green is the fastest green you've seen outside of De La Viega. I mean, it is just hard pan, and if that thing is coming in with any speed near the green, consider it toast. It's gone. It's going out of bounds. You have to put the perfect amount of touch. And Simon that's about as good as you really want. Any closer and you start getting nervous that you're going to go out of bounds. Very well thrown with that left to right cross tailwind.
Rock 3 from Anthony. This will not have any kind of finish to the left, but the distance is solid.
And that's a absolute layup all day long. I don't care how aggressive a player you are. And even McBeth is laying up his.
He has to.
Yeah, I mean he's an aggressive player, but he's not a psychopants. He's not doing crazy things. And this is a bit of risk-reward decision time for Simon.
Wow.
No way.
That was cool. Totally different style. Goes with the high floaty push putt and cashes it.
That's Steph Curry from 38 feet.
That was really great.
Never seen a putt flutter more from that range in my life and have it still go in.
Especially for a pure spin putter. A guy who has been doing spin putts and only spin putts as long as we've known him. To be able to break that out and make the putt with the pressure right there, that was awesome. And he's 5 under.
5 down, folks. And that surely is going to be one of the hot front 9 right there. And look who else we see, a very familiar name here at OTB, Aaron Goose Gossage, right there at 4 under, as well as a slew of other players.
Matt Oram as well, who's been really consistent this year. He's putting together a very solid season, trying to get up into that leading area of the tournament.
And Brody Smith, fresh off of his podium finish at the last Disc Golf Pro Tour event, he is also at 4 under. I mean, this guy is just impressive in so many ways.
Well, we've got another 9. First, we got to thank the Founders Club. Thank you guys so much for your support of JomezPro. We are going to be right back with the back 9. Some really difficult holes coming up, including probably some of the most difficult on the entire course. We'll catch you there. Come on back for the back 9 from round 1 at OTB.